subdivisions and divisions. We can't take it anymore. We've waited, anticipated, hoping things get better sooner than later. But while we waiting, wishing and hoping, all around us things deteriorating. We gave you a mandate to take charge of the ship of state. You pledged to the nation commitment and dedication. You promised a future prosperous and secure, but all we see is misery and a heartbroken country. Enough is enough. That's the cry I hear. Enough is enough. Let's end the despair. We need to find a solution to the ongoing confusion in our beloved country. This old land of beauty, time for all leaders to lead. Get rid of personal greed. Things are tough, but the times are rough. Time to take things by this club and say, enough is enough. Ooh, we can't take it no more. Recently, across the country, some of the things that I see cause me to worry. The bad behavior of the good doctor highlight the dangers of too much power. What you did to conduct the high incidence of murder. Your feud with Timothy, the absence of a deputy. Widespread allegation of rampant corruption. Where is the question of this nation's overall reputation? Enough is enough. That's the cry I hear. Enough is enough. Let's end the despair. I call it on Samuel Timothy to demonstrate maturity. Time to stand up to Doggy. Show him you ain't afraid. If we want to move ahead, government must be united. Things are tough, but the times are rough. Time to take things by this command. Tell him enough is enough. Ooh, we can't take it no more. Look at those ministers. They all look so relaxed. They don't care about us. It beats me how in this country our leader seems to be relaxed and carefree, while all around us we see more chaos as more and more young people fighting the dust. The privatization not helping the situation. The electricity still not working properly. While that putting pressure on the business sector, in the assembly, the speaker lonely, the Mrs. Gonna what she say? Enough is enough. That's the cry I hear. Enough is enough. Let's end the despair. I was reminded recently that those who run the electricity for having failed miserably, St. Martin passed them on to me. Now everybody wondering how will they keep our system running? Things are tough, but the times are rough. Time to take things by this club and say, enough is enough. Mm, we can't take it no more. You know the minister must tell me something again, you know. Yeah, man. Listen what he said. Was tell me a lot of money, about 18 million, missing in action. People that tell me that all this money is for people social security, which then begs to question, is it misappropriation? Does this situation warrants an investigation? This week and high story remains a mystery. But it's time, Doggy and Shiny come clean with the country. Enough is enough. Time for the Chinese. Enough is enough. Account for we money. It's time somebody get a jail, lock them up without bail. Can't run all their money stand, yet they want to get millions. Just like I bluntly said, we need some answers right away. Things are tough, but at times are rough. Time to take things by this club and say, tell them, enough is enough. Ooh, we can't take it no more. Yes, people. Time has elapsed. Enough is enough. Time to change. Yes, serious time. Electricity goes again. What a mess. From the West Station under the previous administration, who would have thought we'll be here today? In this state of confusion, here like trepidation, everything now seems in disarray. It's beyond the imagination, it's made of the federation. Life in this land is no longer sweet. In almost every sector, we invest in their data. In our system for the Lord of peace. Not the war to make them law and order. Crime and violence continue to soar. There is a sad state of affairs. Wondering when even the board is hearing. There is a sad state of affairs. We want a one system. We see destruction moving. It's as if we are one of us. Every day things seem to get worse. And as if everyone continues to rise. Yes, when I feel alright. Not forget, we may be by incessant care. While every indicator points to what affairs. There will not stay of affairs. My grade rising higher than before. My only strength I want to keep away. Keep on working. Some of us would well remember, and ever living here was much better. When we sit about to love this country. But now we crying murder, and that just take over. And look who's in charge of security. today. Not motivation, because of question, politicization. Discrimination, no places, all in nation, no places. I said no fear, and many are more enticing. Bury the stars, create of fair. Wondering, if anybody's hearing, bury the stars, create of fair. We want to one system, we see destruction moving. It's as if you're on our girls, every day we seem to get worse. And as if it continues to rise, yes, when I feel alright. That's what there, we may be by incessant care. I have indicated points to what affairs, they will sustain over there. Jabba Maggie, watch them pick that one, watch them pick that. You only deal with it. If we were so resilient, so long suffering all our temptation, who knows what it will mean today? You make us a living rising, well, this is what we make it, and put that all the land that they give away. Why the low man is shouting, sidelined and excluded, growing up get favors by the score. Even schools in disarray seem to have lost their way. This time we go in a drinking studio. Disparity between what they promised me and what turns out to be the reality. There is a sad state of affairs, wondering if anybody's hearing. There is a sad state of affairs. We watch upon the system, we see destruction moving. It's as if we are on our girls. Every day we seem to get worse. And as if it continues to rise. Yes, when I feel alright. Now so there, we may be by incessant care. I have indicated points to what affairs. There will sustain over there. Well, let's walk into that in the ring back some respectability. All in the generation, God made aside, stay over
Big Legs boy, we need to apologize for that kind of something. It didn't make clear I did it too hard.
You got to be crazy, man. We know what's going on now. Injunction, boundary changes, and all the back and all the good. You don't have a 99% chance to see that, my friend. Freedom of speech. A quarter of a century. That's how long it's been. 25 years of singing calypso. For me, it's not been easy. Trying to build a legacy. 25 years, letting the people know. I've tried along the way. Ain't all I do but say. To live by a simple philosophy. To do the best I can. As I love it so young. Always dealing truth and honesty. I've never been afraid to call a spade. I know that I have no apology. So don't expect me to go easy and lucky. Not me. I have no apology. And don't expect me to ignore the wrongs I see. Not me. I have no apology. When the PM says that he has no responsibility for the escalated by creating this touch you. You could expect a reaction. Show better going to question. Just how much you care about you and me. And when we call the doggy and make it a one for me, I'm taking ownership of our next property. I refuse to sit quietly while national can kill me. And for that, I have no apology. They can't stop me now. Tell them they can't stop me now. So David, you need to keep up your good work. Keep on working hard. And do not apologize to anyone. It has always been my mission, part of my long-term vision. 25 years of singing calypso to give representation while seeking to give expression. 25 years letting the people know. Using to the line, always speaking my mind. A choice that sometimes meant hardship for me. But I will always choose to stick to my values in weapons, in the experience. It is my obligation to be quite frank and open. And for that, I have no apology. So don't expect me to sit and watch quietly. Nothing. I have no apology. Oh, yes, 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 yes. No apology. I have no apology. When you come and just say, G, I don't post more teachers on me. Don't expect me to pretend that I don't see. You won't expect a reaction. Show better going to question and demand accountability. Good night, good night, good night. Can't find anything now. Yep. Good night, good night, good night, my fans, my family, my friends, my comrades, my brothers and sisters, my Davis people, my Caribbean people, and all over. It's good to be here. You know, we have things to address, and I want to start from the beginning. You know, I usually start from the beginning. Lots of things here to talk about, and I am organized because, you know, I just came back yesterday and we're going to talk about that a little. So I'm still trying to settle down. But, you know, the state of affairs is important. And let me just say tonight, for the first time, I'm on YouTube channel, and it is a work in progress. Good morning, Haitian. Oh, Lord, you're up late. It is a work in progress on my YouTube channel. Tell people that if they don't have Facebook, YouTube channel, I'm on there too. It's a work in progress. Trust me, I am building because there are a lot of things to talk about. They say don't go around the world, but you know I got to big up my family first. I want to big up my daughter, Des, in Texas. I don't really start in the order, so nobody tell me how me let my wife out. I leave my wife for last. I want to big up my son, Kenny, Elikai, Watley. Those are my heart and my soul. Big up my brothers, Marcus Hodgin Nevis, Jomo in Puerto Rico, Ivan Simple. Belated birthday greetings to you, Ivan. Hope you had a wonderful time. Then we have Bums, Bernal Watley there in Orlando right now. He's moving around in Orlando right now. Bernard Watley down there in Anguilla, kicking up a storm down there with his new show. And so far, so good, Mr. Watley. Keep it up down there in Anguilla. The name won't come back to me just now. And then we have my good sister Faith. Good night to you. And I hope all is well with you. I have to come look for you. I haven't seen you for a while. Douglas Watley, my brother just before me. Good night to you, sir. I ain't see it since I come. And then I want to big up my beautiful wife, Angie James Watley, and she's a joy to have, enhance my life, keep me out of problems, keep me in line. Tonight, big up my friends in New York, big up my friends in Pennsylvania. Even Albert, good night to you. It was good seeing you there in Miami. Good night. I ain't gonna tell nobody what. I just gonna say good night to you. Yvette, hope you had a good time up in New York. Houston, Addison, Nat and all those people, good night. Vanderpool. Scotty, was good seeing you in Miami too. Scotty, for some reason, Scotty said I block him. I say Scotty block me. So we got to work on it to get Scotty back in line. Scotty is my good friend. He think I probably block him because of politics. No, Scotty, I don't follow with people for politics. People follow with me. You know me, how I go with politics. It was good to see Don. Don, belated birthday greetings. Allah and Don, not Don and Allah, Allah and Don. Everybody always say Don and Allah. Allah and Don had a nice time there at the bakery. DJ Glembo, and I saw my darling Lady T. It was good to see you, Lady T. Guapi, good night, Guapi. I didn't make it to you. I was in Miami, but I couldn't make it, boy. The time was too short, and they put me all the way in the boonies. I was staying in the boonies. I had no say in this one. Muckle, yes, I was there. It's when I get back on the plane, I said I could have called Muckle, my good K-On friend, my good K-On man. I could have called him. But next time, Muckle, once I'm in the area, I'm going to give you a shout. But I want to big up a powerful lady in Miami, Sharon Benjamin. Good night to you. It was good seeing you. Thank you for all the rides you gave me around. And you're always so sweet, Sharon. I can't even repay you, but thank you. Love you much. Good to see you. And I hope to see you soon again. Big up all my friends in St. Thomas, Tortola, all my friends in Nevis, and come down to St. Kitts. This is not call to nobody. So I am going to leave that alone. I want to say happy birthday to Tahel and Jeff Copperhead. They had a big party over at the peninsula. They didn't invite me, so I wasn't there. Big up to you, Tahel. I hope you enjoy your stay at home. I want to say get well greetings. Mem, was good seeing you today. I went to Nevis to visit my friend Mem. She's a bit down, but she's not out. She's looking wonderful. Mem, take care of yourself. Rest up yourself. Don't worry. Let the pizza place. The pizza place is closed for a while. Stay there, enjoy yourself, and get back to good health, and we're gonna be all right. I don't want to lose you, so take care of yourself, Mem. You know, you're my good friend. So take care of yourself. I also want to say, Sherry Laws, my lawyer. Today would have been a day for her to remember. And it is sad. We miss her very much, Miss Laws, Lawyer Laws, who work with Ambrose. And so the family is still thinking about you. We are still thinking about you. And I hope that you're in a better place. Gone too soon. We will miss you, Shawima. Take care of yourself wherever, if you can. Condolences to all who lost loved ones in the last couple of days and weeks. Every time, and you all have to beg me, please, every time I leave St. Kitts, every time I travel out of St. Kitts for the last couple of years, people dead. Shooting, this, that. So you come to me, ain't got to go nowhere but Nevis. I maybe I'll sneak to Antigua to look for my boys, Denley and Grant who are here. I miss you guys again. Wally, I got to come look for you girls. So you had a wonderful time here in the Federation. But, we have some things to talk about, but we have some little housekeeping to do also. Numbers look good with people going up on thing on my new channels. On my new channel, I hope it get traction, you know, because it is important. But I want to say before I start my introduction, all the people who meet me, not locally, even Miami. There was a young man who met me at the Fancy Loaf and he said, Big Lights, come here, you don't know me. But continue to speak truth to power. Continue to say what you are saying We like how you're putting it. You're fair and square, all the niceties. But one thing that jumped out about me, he said, people out in the diaspora, we depend on you. We want to hear you because you bring a balance. They said they thought I was biased when I spoke for unity. They thought I was biased when I spoke against unity. And then they thought I was crazy. I talk for labor. And now they talk I'm crazier when I talk against labor. And all I tell them is that I only know one way to speak the politics is the right way. Everybody don't have to agree with me. So people kill me. Say, oh, you know, I said nothing more Mark, you know, I said nothing more Mark, you know, I said nothing more Mark. But me went Nevis one time to sing Calypso. And the Nevisians told me when I was singing, they throw me out the competition and tell me, keep out our politics. So me, don't want you to tell me twice to keep out our politics. You all got to do something else to get me involved. Don't tell me keep out our politics. I keep it out. You throw me out of Nevis from singing Calypso. And I'm an obedient fellow. But on a more serious note, the guy struck a nerve. He said he's out there listening. And I keep him informed. And I try not to be a liar. I try to talk the things them as it is. That's all I know. I get some enemies, I get some friends. But you know, what I say? Who want to pass me straight? Pass me straight. Me no care. Now, and like I got my channel, you know, I'm an advertiser. I want people come and give me job to advertising. So, you know, I get me first big work tonight. Infamous, our musical ambassador, putting on one of his, I mean, he put on a number of things, but one of his first big events coming up at the Patsy Allos Field on Labor Weekend. The ambassador is putting on that infamous. And I want to say the kings and queens. Now that strike a bell because you know me a gambler. Kings and queens in poker is good. The kings and queens in concert and infamous have a barrage of people. Grandmasters, collision, small axe, sugar band. So you got all the band them. So you don't have no choice. You have to go. Then we have Dijo. Rising star. He was in Miami, but I had no transportation to go to all the white. This were moving. Footsie, one of my favorites. Zoo, Katie Dan, another favorite. Erica Edwards, I don't know, I need to meet her. Aideli Napi, no manners. Akayu Sweet. Shanna, Wayne 4 Mile. Colin Wyatt, one of my favorite. Ease out. Oh, that. Sound like one of them things. Highlight, one of my favorite. Rodney. Then we have Hellfire. Sweet Sister Sensi. I hear you mash up New York, Sensi. Even tell me you mash up New York. Evolution Sound. Extortion Sound. Cut Eye. Street Vibes. New Wave Sound. So we have a mixture here. Patsy Allos Field. It's free. The ambassador is giving you a free jam. Yeah, they say I'm going to call a Uber, boy, but the Uber not that work trick, boy. Could call a Uber. But infamous. That is infamous. Jam there, performing. Infamous is performing. Infamous, I'm not talking about performing on the stage. Infamous wants to perform in his ministry. And so I want them to allow Infamous to get this orange industry going. Hear the Prime Minister talking about it. The orange industry, they say it's going to be one of the biggest industries soon. I don't know, I might be gone by then. But give Infamous all the support. But we, Byron Messiah, sorry, my lord, but happy birthday belatedly to you. I wasn't here to come to the concert. I understand you drop off an invitation by the pub, but the pub ain't home right now, so I didn't get it. But Byron Messiah, I hope you had a good time. Continue to take care of yourself, my brother. I know about you since you're a baby. You don't even have to tell me. I know about you since you're a baby. Good night, Shabby. Now, that is the plug for Infamous. But it's good to be back. Lots to talk about. I don't even know where to start. But I'm going to start and tell all my business, then I'm going into the business. Oh, you bear with me now, man. Come on. Sometimes I need to warm up because I still have motion sickness. But I went on a cruise, and everybody say, "How you going on cruise and you brokes?" They right, me brokes back too. But here what happened. My wife planned a cruise for me since we got married last year, and we paid up for the cruise. But I get fired this year. So I get planned cruise last year, get fired this year. But I decide, boy, I mean, I let me money go down the drain. This is second time now I plan cruise and make I do nah make it. And so I decided, let me take my pennies and go. And people, first time on a cruise, I had a good time. I had a good time. And I tell you, like, I had a wonderful time. And I want to thank my wife for making sure. And I want to also thank my friends. There are a number of friends who came forward and helped me because they don't have a lot of money. And so they helped me financially and otherwise to make sure that I went and I had a meaningful vacation. So I want to talk all my, I ain't call a name. I ain't call a name, but all my friends and families who helped me, thank you very much. I'm humbled by that. And so I had a good time. I went to Mexico, Cozumel, and I went on this big ship. They call it Carnival Celebrity. Why everybody? I tell you, everybody should get a chance to go on a cruise, even once. Because like I tell people, I don't have to go back on another cruise. I enjoy myself, but I went already. Next time I'm going, maybe me not walk with my wife though, because by cruise a lot of women in the boat, lot of women. Anyway, that is for another time. But the cruise was lovely. I went Cozumel, another place in Mexico. I can't remember the name. And I went on to Honduras. But most of the time was at sea. So you get to enjoy yourself. But I didn't enjoy the food. Trust me, I didn't enjoy the food. I didn't enjoy the food. And I lose my money quick in the gambling. So I didn't enjoy that either. So I got to spend my time, had a lovely time, meet some friends. Good night. I met my friend Corbin from Nevis and his wife Sharon. So we met some people from Nevis on the boat and we had a lovely time. What your name again, boy? Partner Corbin. He was the brother of teacher Corbin who worked at the bright white boy. Make you pay your first. No, no, no. It's all right, man. It's all right. Friends are to protect your friends. That is what friends are for. And I appreciate it. They really help me out, and one day I will repay them when I get some money. But it's good to be back. Also, I want to talk about my YouTube channel because right now I have about 115 people on the channel and it's building because this thing gonna be serious. I'm gonna be taking this thing to a different level. I'm gonna get my own studio, my own area, and to have guests coming and so forth. Some of you even who on my live, I want you to come in like Jasmine one a weeks, and you come in and sit down with me, Jasmine, and tell me why you're home when we need your expertise. Come in and sit down. That is what I want to set up. People out there listening, I want people to hear what's going on in our country. There's a transparency and everything else. So I set up a YouTube channel on, you know, YouTube, and it's State of Affairs, and you can subscribe. Okay, we're going along. Okay, I was served papers. Remember, I told you I was served papers by Congress Maynard, where I serve him back some papers. It's like tennis. He served me, I serve him back. Because what? I decide I can defend myself. So I send him my papers, defense. A defense. That me things them, man. Me things them how to do. Ain't nothing. And so I serve him. So his next move now is that, oh, next, yes, next, man, next. Yeah, thank you, Claxton. Next. Good youth, next. Coming home for culture, I'm 50, so me have a good time. Sean Richards, resignation. But before I go there, I was talking about countries, eh? Yeah. So that is where it is now in the defense. Now I gonna now get my little legal minds together and we're gonna start to ask for disclosure for certain things because I had to prove my case. So I'm gonna ask for disclosure. Just like how the man for MSR things that he asked him for disclosure, I asked him for disclosure too. Because I got to defend myself and my good name. right? Now, Sean Richards' resignation. What do y'all think? Sean Richards, I would say, a good friend of mine. I know him. We grew up. We used to talk a lot of things and so. And and he he decided to pack it in. He had a good run. Remember, Sean Richards was the leader of PAM when they formed the unity government, the coalition government. He was deputy prime minister, and he did well for his community. He did well for his people, and I am one who felt like he served with distinction, even though he had a chance to be prime minister and he passed it on to Timothy Harris. I believe Timothy Harris in that should be. I know, people, don't be grateful, but I think Timothy should always be grateful for Sean for giving him a chance to become prime minister of this country, and that is something that people got to realize. Timothy Harris could never be prime minister of this country if Sean did not say, go ahead. Okay, if you said a plan date for the first year, he could not have been prime minister the second time when he won again, when we won again, and Pam had a bigger margin. And Sean was gracious, going against his people to say, you know. And I believe somebody put it there that the whole unity construct is what destroyed Sean and his legacy. He has a good legacy in Sandy Point, but I think that he had so much more to offer. He's a good guy, a good youth, good youth. I know him. May he get along very well, and he's a good youth. And I don't know what his future holds. I don't know if he's going to leave politics totally or if he's going to run in Sandy Point. You're hearing rumors, or if he's going to form a new party with a new set of minds because people are saying we need a new party. We can't go left, we can't go right, we can't go back, so we got to go forward. So all these are things that thing. But as somebody say, Sean will be fine. No doubt, I believe Sean will be fine. I just said my friend. Some tell me Sean will be fine. I know Sean will be fine. Sean is a man with great intelligence and he's working as his doctorate now. So I know Sean will be fine. But all I'm saying is that Sean has a lot to contribute to the federation. You see, we got to change the way our politics works. We want we want to change the way for some people and not others. Sean, a man who served with distinction way back, has a lot to offer. And so, one of the things that you all got to get in mind, is that these former politicians who would have served with distinction, who know things, maybe we could tap into them resources and make them, since you said the advisors that we have in doing what they're supposed to do, maybe we should get advice from some people who have been there and be tried. Something to think about. The old politician, the good ones, not the bad ones. The bad ones, we don't want to see them. The good ones, we could tap into them and see how they could help us better improve how we managed. So Sean gone. Okay. And the question is, what does this mean for Pam? We're seeing where Pam is now looking for leadership. We're seeing that. And you know what I want to see in this leadership race in St. Kitts? We need some political maturity. I want to see people going out and campaign from the People's Action Movement. So I want to see Miss Morton, if she wants to run, come out and give us the reason why we should vote for you. Or why the People's Action Movement should make you the leader of the party. And then the lawyer, the young lawyer boy there from all road, you want to be leader. Come on, you want a campaign within the People's Action Movement. That is democracy. That is where democracy starts, where you are going to campaign against each other. Shani from Newton could come and say, well, I believe I could better serve the party because XYZ. Jonathan Paul could come and say, I believe I am the man. And this is what I'm talking about. We need political maturity. So let the campaigning begin. We are listening. And my good friend down there in Middle Island, what her name is? The teacher lady. She on Facebook every morning, noon and night. But I getting old. She too, she might want to put her hat in the ring. Dr. Joe. She says she's a doctor, Dr. Joe. Not the Dr. Joe Prime Minister, the Dr. Joe down in Middle Island for carry them. She could put she into the window because she have a lot to say on Facebook. She don't be provocative at sometimes. She don't cause confusion. And next thing I want to talk to, and I want to say this, man, are you petitions and divisions are you something else? But I tell you now, you right? Shomel Joe, Shomel Joe, she could throw her head in the ring. I tell you now, you leave my prime minister alone. Leave Dr. Joe alone. Oh, you know I'm a Jew man. Oh, you know I'm a Dr. Joe man. He's the best person Jew in the country right now, despite what you all think. But leave Dr. Joe and his wife alone. Somebody like I goes because the man got the wife and he take his wife there and he take his wife here. That is what a first lady is for. Thank God we have a prime minister with a beautiful first lady. Oh, I had a chance in say kids and I not study the man. I not study the man. So let him walk with his wife, whether she from St. Vincent, St. Lucia, or wherever she from. Leave the man and the wife alone. Let she go up and down the place. That is our first lady. Because Jew is our prime minister. So my chance and I know no study man. And now I works. And every minute I talk about it's the first lady. A first lady should do this, but you know what happened to Ayo? I never had no first lady. You come close to having a first man. A first man, a first gentleman. You nearly get here in our backside in St. Kitts. You lucky Dr. Joe come and rescue us because we might have a first man as the person going around with our prime minister. And I balling now when Dr. Joe take your beautiful wife. Dr. Joe, take your beautiful wife up and down the place. We love her. I love her. Take her all over. And I like when she come on and she went there. I wanted to visit more places. She looked like Miss Obama. She like Miss Obama going out and meeting children. And she go in the schools and she read. And she that is what we want. That is a start in the right direction. So leave the man alone. And I talk positive thing. I just out there just waiting for anything to comment. And I ain't know what to comment on. The man got a beautiful wife. Leave the man and the wife. Leave the prime minister alone and the wife. I don't talk. Marsha, me talk anything tonight, because right now me knows them still on the boat. I forget me knows them on the boat. So I gonna talk what come in my head. I hope me not get the next letter. A liar. Marsha, my good friend Marsha. And later on, let me tell you something later on. I am going to revisit. I am going to revisit the grades. I am not going to change the grades them, but I'm getting some feedback from the reports that were given out. It's school is keeping, So we're going to revisit the grades and see what happened because Marsha, remember I gave you A, Marsha, but I got a challenge for you, Marsha. Marsha, I travel to Nevis often. And I want part of your legacy. And you're my good friend, I don't talk to you. Part of my legacy is I want you to expand on the pier at Reggae Beach to accommodate the boats coming from Nevis. You see, Nevis got a nice pier up there. Ours don't have to be as nice. All I want to do, Marsha, is for you to make it such that you can have more than one boat docked at the same time. Because right now, only one boat could dock. Let us find the money to extend the pier. And even if we got to build a little small little building, then it got to be extravagant as Nevis, because we have downtown. Expand the pier though, so that more than one, let me start somewhere. More than one boat could dock. So we go out a little more and you put a little L or something and so forth. And we so that we could accommodate the different boats from Nevis. Because let me tell you something, Let me tell you something. If we don't do it, we're going to have some problems over there. Because one and three and two boat and they got to wait and so forth. We got to be careful. We have to be careful. So, Marsha, I'm putting that on you. Tantan, good night, Tantan. How you doing? I like that. Tantan say Marsha gonna fix it. Marsha, you're gonna fix it. So I got confidence in you. I want when I go over there and put some lights and nice road over there, Marsha. So that is on your bucket list, Marsha. They say they won't fix it. We're talking everything tonight. Everything here jumbled up. I'm going back and forth. Now, you realize these companies, right? Flow and all Skellig and all of them, they have automation. They automate everything. You understand? They automate everything. So now they don't have to come to you. When they cut me off, they had to come out here now. They cut me off. So the whole technology, they could cut you off from in the office. But the technology is not helping you to fix the problems. Now listen what I'm saying now. So the customer, we getting shafted again. As soon as we are off, we go, we cut off. But when the system down, when things bad, they ain't got no automation to help you to recover your funds. They ain't got no automation to fix it so you could be back online. So you see, these companies don't really care about us as customers. And I will get in trouble because me always on the edge. But even if government ain't build a bridge, government could go and fix it. Government could do what they want. It's government. You say no government control everything. Let me tell you something about government where you all know. Government is most powerful. Government could take away your land if they believe it's going to be in the interest of the country. You understand? So government could do whatever it needs. So they tell me, boy, it wasn't built by government. Anything you have is owned by the government, technically. So they want to repair the pay. All you have to do, have discussions with who think they own it and say, well, this me own it now. I compensate you, give back the money where you spend, it belongs to us now. Simple. Simple government is that almighty. I got to understand. So the pay over there can be fixed. No discount. Come back to floor. No discount. No kind of, okay, let me treat you good. But as soon as you trying to have something, and they say no, it's not in our powers anymore. It's automated. It's automated. So they're shafting us. When we got to pay. But when they're down, when they break down, we still suffer. There is no compensation. There is nothing in place to say, let us count the hours, let us deduct the hours that we want online, let us hear the plane, that mash up my appliance here, that mash up my appliance here. Nobody. So we have a society where the small little man continue to suffer. The banks the same thing. They do as they like, but they're still taking off the money for this. They're still taking off the money for service. They're still taking off the money for that. And we the little man. And so I say that because I'm calling on this government. Government, please, I'm calling on you. Please set up, in Jamaica they call it a OUR, Office of Utilities Regulation, to represent the little man. With these utility service providers, we need representation also. We can't have, for instance, Skellig. Skellig is just moving their prices up exorbitantly without consultation. I put in meters now because I separated my count. Me want me count cut again. I got barbers here working. I don't want to lose them, so they gotta pay their own count and this gotta pay their own count. But the money they're charging you for a meter, it's like the meter belongs to you. It's like the meter is my meter when I don't pay for it, and the prices are being increased without any consultation of any broad spectrum of people that ain't come to the public. We need an OUR or whatever you want to call it to regulate. Because if we don't do that, government's gonna always knock about the people. Government's gonna always knock us about. And we need government to stop treat us bad. We're tired of it now. I'm tired of it. I got a section here we call things people ask me to ask or say. So me not believe me could get a jail with the party. Me can't suit or anything for this part. People call me and I want people to start to tell me what you all want me to ask them. I'm going to ask them for you and me. So I blame me when me ask. Because let me tell you something, you know. A man tell me something to you, you know, and when he tell me something, me ask. We come into that, the hospital, we come into that. Our- When we reach 1,000, we talk about the hospital. When we reach 1,000, injection, you put, we're going to talk about the hospital. Things people ask me to ask or say. Hey, Sean, good night. Carl Mills, good night. A woman called me from Nevis today. I don't know who the woman is. And even me know, me not tell her. But here's what the woman is saying. The woman asked me to ask the federal government why they're not helping the Mark Bradley administration and the IA and the NIA, sorry, with the hospital. She said that the SIDF money belongs to all of us. And so she believed that the federal government should help the NIA to finish the hospital. That is the question that the lady asked me to bring forward. So me asking, no, say me say. I want me ask. So me tell her me keep out Nevis politics, but she tell me ask, so me ask. But the thing is, I was in Nevis today and the hospital. A lot of work need to be done. I couldn't park and I had to park all the way down Government Road. And a lot of things there on the ground that seem as though it is waiting for a contractor to put them up. So no parking there, no parking here. And then limited space, basically, in the parking lot and inside the hospital. And so the lady probably, I tell her all I deal with the spirit. So she tell me to ask, me just ask. Somebody gonna tell she gonna ask Mark where the money gone, and so me not get involved in that. Me just say what she say. Me just ask what she asked me to ask. This section name ask the people them what me no want ask. They no want ask, so they ask me to ask. Second one, workers at the IT department. You know the IT department up the road there. They asked me to ask the PS. I like this section here. Ask me to ask. So I started sending me the question. Ask me to ask. Man, you go ask me anything to ask. Whoever you want to ask me to ask. They say at the IT department want to ask why the PS give the lower OO today's administration day. So happy administration day to all administrators out there. I'm sorry I missed that. This question deals with that though. Happy administration day. So you want to know why the PS at IT give the law administration a simple basket from Gary. They say some kind of food, some little bit of food and so forth. Excuse me. But the higher ups, the higher up administrators, they went to lunch. So they left the lower start to work. They carry the higher ups. They ain't even mix it up to say, let me mix up a law with a higher. They carry all the higher ups up, out, and they went to lunch and they get roses and they got a lunch. So the question is, she want to know, or they want to know, if that is the way she feels about them in the office. That the lower ups, the lower down should stay down and the upper ups should go out and think. This is coming from IT. That are in-house business. They even say to me that some member of the family or some godchild just start to work there this week. This week, but she went and she had lunch. So they were ball. Because how she just reached and she make the upper up list. Me no know is an upper up position she got. But the people at IT are disgruntled. And they want to know what's going on there. Then, this one here, boy, this one here touch me, boy. But anybody got any more want to ask? I check my phone, see if anybody got anything want to ask while I'm going. Because this section here sweet me. Okay? I see some ask you ask this, so I come in there on my phone. I come in on my phone. Ask the ask. Hear this here. Ask the ask could be sweet. The people at Inland Revenue. Lord, you know how Inland Revenue. And last couple of years, me and them fight. Cause you know me, I one of them delinquent kind of businessman and so. They work with me, they fight with me, they work with me, they fight with me, they got without me money. But it's all right, they got without me money. Inland revenue, got without me money. But they send me, ask the ask. You see, think of me what a ball? They think of me what a ball? Tie up with and I remember that they gone off the screen. Here what inland revenue want to know. The people at inland revenue, me not when people ball like I'm because sometimes me don't wonder if and me want to think so that me want a ball, me books. Me want a ball, they cut me coat. Me want a ball, me get fired. Me want a ball. So me glad now when me hear that them people are ball too because and them see people here ask me, you know. And then see people ask me. So me wait now for social security come and tell me ask question because them they but they're ball too. So they'll be one a ball. So here the question. The people at Inland Revenue Department wants me to ask the Ministry of Finance, PM, or the Financial Secretary. Inland Revenue say they want to know where the bonus custom. No, they say the custom is that once they reach their target, and they say they reach their target long time, they want to know where the bonus. They say this happen all the time, but they say it's getting overbearing now. So, Mr. Prime Minister, you're my friend, but the people at Inland Revenue, they want to know where is their bonus. Right? And so they say they work hard. They get the bonus. They put money in the treasury. So they want to know well, we bonus. So I don't know if it's you or the financial secretary or they got some peers like who put papers on the side. Remember people balling, remember my partner EK balling when they got the papers, when they see papers coming to pay people, EK say people call here ball because they can't get the paper on the side. So me don't know if inland revenue. Give. Come fight for your people, man. Mr. Gift, I'm calling on you. Me ain't gonna call upon the Prime Minister and the Financial Secretary. You are senior man. I just catch myself. I just catch myself now. You are a senior man. Stand up for your people, Edward. I want you to ask the PM or the Financial Secretary where the money for the people who work so hard and meet the target. I represent the people now. This is nonsense. The people that work hard, they custom to get the bonus, give them the bonus. Come on, man. Things hard. People want a little money. People want to go plan their vacation and support. So, Edward Gift, I'm calling on you. I'm holding you accountable. So, Edward Gift, call me if you must, call me if you may. But I'm calling you. The people them want the bonus. I like that. Now, one more, I'm going to do my phone to see whatever. This one you make me laugh too. Somebody called me and said, Big Lights, I have a question I wanted to ask. The former Prime Minister Denzel Douglas and the lady who put out the post them. The post, not the post they put lights on, the post. Let me talk nice. The post. And she said, she wanted to know if Douglas is a born again Christian. And she wanted to know, I had to laugh when the person called and said, she wanted to know if the scriptures that Denzel Douglas will put out every morning, if they're for you, Big Lies, or Dr. Joe. So I want you all to find out from the right honorable former Prime Minister, member of the cabinet, if he's a born again Christian. And if the scriptures that he put out every morning is from me, Big Lies, or for the Prime Minister, because let me tell you something here. Dr. Douglas can't send me the scripture. You know? What Dr. Douglas don't do in his life. Dr. Jew, tell Dr. Douglas, you and he coming together. I'll give a message to give. He can't send me no scripture. Me must say it than them there. So, me don't know who them scripture are for, but I just see them every morning. Hey, that's a wicked people, baby. Seriously. That's a wicked people, baby. Some people could be so wicked and live up in Lord name in so much things. I want to know because I want to know if scripture them. Whoever. People say, I remember the man from me will say, let's say the man from me will say, here so much shade than a what kind of tree again, boy? Not a maca tree. What calabash tree. So me don't know who the for me just ask. The people tell me ask. Oh, there's somebody say Timothy the for. Well, all of them are former prime ministers, so they must know what they do there. Let me don't know if you start posing, the person just ask a question. Cedric, they just ask me a question. No, me say so. Me no care who pose what. Me no know who pose what. We with 1,000 yet. We went to a hospital in 1,000. Come like I got the thing what Timothy used to use to keep up the number them, you know. I got the thing what Timothy used to use to keep up the numbers. Let me see what they say. Asking. Okay, somebody asking if Mistress Hazel was sent home. Mistress Hazel, who Mistress Hazel you mean? The CMO? I don't know. Somebody asking. So please answer that. Was Miss Hazel sent home? They said the PS was sent home. We're gonna talk about that later. And somebody want to know why the NSA wasn't at some meeting or something. Why we gonna talk about that too? Now, people, I want to encourage those my good YouTube people just come on. I want to spread the message and share and let people know that I'll be on the channel there too. So we're gonna have competence to see who can reach 1,000 over here, over there. So somebody said they want to know about that. Remember me all ask question, you know? So me only ask question. So I don't get me involved in nothing. NIA in Nevis, the Nevis Inland Revenue, they say they want the bonus too. The Nevis people coming in too. You understand? Me don't understand that the detail. What you say? Be first man under D clock to ask something there. Explain yourself, the detailer. So now, buy I do that to you, buy, but you know it is. Buy this thing, you know, is Let me see what they say now. Well, my partner, I'm gonna call him because he gonna want me calling him. My partner, Curtis Cook, need to know why Don James and Don Boncampo for TDC take away his airport ID. My thing is, who want to give back Curtis the ID yet? And if he get it back, he want to know why. Maybe he want to know why then. And maybe compensated. So that we want to know. We want to know. People want to know. They're asking. Now let me go on now. I talk about we got a lot of things to talk about. I got a lot of things here. But we're going to start from last night. Let me start from last night. You heard about what happened at the hospital? I heard about it and I'm still trying to understand what happened. They say it was a drill. They say it was a drill and a simulation. Last night, what happened at the hospital? We are told it was a drill and a simulation near to natural circumstances that may occur. That may occur. And so the lights went out. Well, let me tell you something, Let me tell you just now. Me no understand what they're telling me. Man, you could bring Jesus Christ to me now and tell me. Me no understand. So all them bright people here sit down. and figure out how they could possibly kill people. All them bright people from in the hospital. I don't care who involved. Skelec could tell me that they sit down and plan a drill that could have been fatal. We're talking about a hospital. We're talking about people in a hospital with all kind of different ailments. And you're going to plan a near perfect natural situation to turn off the current, generator now work, and me up the life support. I guess for here. Some things not supposed to be experimented with. Me tell you, some things not supposed to be experimented with, and I'm telling all you that. That's the same thing happened with us during the COVID, you know. It's experiment. They were experimenting on us with the drug. They give us something and we take injection and see all of us, people dying left, right, and center, and we don't know. How are you going to take such a chance? I don't care what y'all tell me. How could you take such a chance? Them assimilation is supposed to be walked through. And you tell the people, in case this is what we do. Let me tell you something. When I heard about that, I say, that's a joke. That is a joke. So even my friend and Ministry of Health, me can't call them out. Well, you don't know me then. You don't know me then. That was a joke. A serious joke. Imagine I on the ship. I tell you when they're cruise, you know. And the first thing they do, they had a drill. They take you down to some muster area and they tell you, in case of an emergency, you run to this place and you wait for instructions. You could jump overboard if you want or whatever. They tell you that. When the thing happens, they talk you through it. When me that tell me wife last night, well, suppose me go up on the boat there and them have a drill, not informing us that they're going to have a drill, and say pirates on board, we see me a jump over and me can swim. And then you tell people that you're going to have a drill and not inform people? Hey, they don't have to inform the general public, but at least you could tell a man on the deathbed, by we're going to pull a plug, but we will make joke. We're not going dead. We're going to pull a plug, we will make joke. We're going to put it back on quick, so we're not going dead. We're not telling nobody at all. So nurses, doctors, everybody panic, and only the man for Skelec knows about it, and the man who in charge of the hospital. Why you really tell people? Man, I'm going to come with a better excuse. I'm going to come and say, hey, count went, it failed, and we recovered quickly, and so we are ready. But I'm going to tell people, boy, you plan that. You can't plan them things there. Them things there, impossible to be planned. Impossible. So whoever want to come talk about that there, nobody's saying that you will deliberately kill people. But accidents happen. And in a hospital, you don't want to be responsible for taking a life. Whether you're joking or you're not joking. So I don't care who could come tomorrow and explain whatever. If you want to assimilate somewhere else, not the hospital. And so somebody heard again. And so me gonna have to ask the Minister of Health, they say, my good friend, if you were in on this, if you knew about it, if you sanction it, and if you tell them to do it, and I will tell you, if you did, not do it again. Not do it again. Try that up to experience. Never do it again. And as a medical doctor, I believe that you know had nothing to do with that. That I want to believe. You want to prove me wrong, but me believe you know had nothing to do with that. And I stand by my story. But hear me now. The man from number 3, the man responsible for Skellig, he signed off on that. I asked him a question. Me not say he was involved. Because the petty. And so me might have to go court to go say what me not say. Again. But me want to know if the man who's so bright from number 3, the bright, you know. I want to know if the man who's so bright from number 3, if he was in that, involved in that. I call it a fiasco. That will go down in the books. If they're showing off, and did he give the man in charge of Skellig permission to shut off the current? Because let me tell you something, you know. I know, you know, if this situation happened last night, was planned, well, the man could plan a coup. The man good to plan a coup. Real life situation. Coup. Turn off the lights all over. Shoot a couple people. Take over government. And that's how you tell me? It might sound funny, but last night you can't do that with people's livelihood and people's lives. So I want to know if the bright man from number 3, if he sign off on that. I can't ask him that question either. But he's responsible, you know. And he's going to answer question from now until thy kingdom come. It's a gag order he want to put for me that me can talk them things here. So me no want to know how me can ask a sitting minister, and I'm going to talk it all the time. Question. How me can ask a sitting minister? Question. So people, that day last night was in bad taste. The what they call it? They have something they call when I do construction, they have the cordless drill. And so last night at the hospital, what we had was the senseless drill. The senseless drill happened last night at Joseph and Franz Hospital. They have cordless drill, and now we have a new one, the senseless drill. Turn off everything. Turn off the IV. Turn off the gas. Turn off the this. Tell us in the tap. In a hospital. Eh? Well. I know serious boy. Only St. Christopher they say, as he get to say it's not a real place. I don't pull some things out of the gutters, boy, with them things there. Why don't find them things there to come up with? A board that I can't get no, what do you call it? I'm talking to Congress now. You can't get no, what do you call it, boy? I can't remember now. But I remember. But you can't get nothing going, no business going. It's a word I want to use. So you're bored. And so I don't pretend I'm going to things. Why? Yeah, something else. Let me tell you something, see? And when I done here, I'm going to go on Timothy. I'm going to come back and go on Timothy, and then I'll come back over pan the rest of them. But I want to say, there's something else. When are we, you know, when are we go and how we say, maybe advisor, you know who advisor? And the advisor don't get bad name. Me don't get fired, so me don't know. Me don't advisor, me don't get fired, so nobody, me never get a chance to advise it. Me just get a job and they say they pay me and nobody study me. So me don't get fired. But no, seriously. That Julie last night, frightening. They need to know how to stop backward thinking. They need to know how to stop. You're talking stupidness. You're talking stupidness. At the detriment of who? You need to know at the perils of who. But when that happened, me can't be up and die in bed and you want to see how somebody gonna react. But so put me then. You tell me that a backward thinking. So put me then. So the people on the boat should have thrown me off and say me go swim and save me? Why really say why? Why some things you have to talk through? You can't assimilate nature. You want to be like God. Only God know the naturalness, how nature one thing. You just have to prepare yourself, but not by trying to bring it almost like God like. That is what you try to do now. You try to bring it almost like God like. You can't do them things there. How people gonna react? Oh, I don't really think. I think I talking about a vehicle and public works. Up by Richard Keynes. What the name now? Up by my partner there. Pemo? Simo, sorry. Simo? Up by Simo? I think it's up there talking about the vehicle be a people on that bed. And you tell me about see how people gonna react? Well, if the hospital will train you and the school will train you can't train you, then something wrong. You got to get your training somewhere else. No competent and play by me. And I must stop back up stupidness. I love that to that. But them are the things to play with. That one thing, me up the hospital and me no feel good and you want to talk all by me? You must be crazy. You gotta be crazy. Anyway, as I say, somebody tell me leave it alone, but I'm going nowhere still because I'm going back over to, but I'm going over. Yesterday, I listened me boy Timo. Yesterday I listened me boy Timo. And let me tell you something. Timo had a good press conference dealing with, when I say good, it wasn't great, but it was good. But what I took away from the press conference, and this is me, what I took away from the conference, what I took away from the conference, I said, boy, politics in our federation is something else. Now, remember, I tell you, I guess a student of politics, I am a student of politics. I don't just look at things and take things, and that is maybe my problem. I just don't take things for face value. I listened to Timothy Harris yesterday, and he came and brought his points. Talk about the water situation, and it went way back. Spoke about desalination plants that he put in progress while he was there. Talk about the crime situation. Talk about the PAP, the hardship, why they created the PAP. Talk about the peace program and the crime and so forth. But a number of things jumped out at me. Timothy, when you were in power, you weren't listening to people who shared these concerns. So when K1 people were crying out about water, and you knew as the Prime Minister that things were signed off with bid, you knew that patches was the issue why these things weren't going through. You knew because you took a swipe at Mark and said Mark's about hush because he was there. You knew because if Mark know, you know. About what was going on with the water issue and so forth. You knew. And you could not convince. And then when Jean took over, the representative of aid, and even before he took over, you as the Prime Minister, back then, even before the breaking up started, couldn't convince Patches or give a directive. Because even when Sean took over, Patches was gone, So you had time to fix what you could fix. And you couldn't give a directive to say, let's get the water drilling in Kayon. You couldn't give a directive to say, let's get the water drilling in Kayon as the Prime Minister then. But as a former Prime Minister, wanting to get back in, you could tell us everything that transpired. But you had a chance to do it. So why didn't you do it? So you come now, trying to convince people, trying to be so remorseful. And you had a chance to find water. So now Dr. Joe is pushing to find the water. You want to say everything was in place. Everything was in place. My ass. Everything was in place. I say my ass. Because they were in place. And you could not get the relevant people to drill. But you want to come now after the fact to take the praise. Dr. Harris, and I want you to hear this, You had a golden opportunity. I want to say so. Because I am one who made that possible. You had a golden opportunity to run this country for at least 20 years. And I want to remind you that you had a great opportunity with the unity construct, the best thing I believe ever happened in this country. But you messed it up. You messed it up royally. Let me tell you something, This thing they call unity, the wheels in fall apart at the end of when you come when they break up, the wheels were falling off long ago. I just gave you an example because you could not control patches. I don't know what secret patches have for you. But even when patches was not in there, you couldn't get Bede to dig the well. Even when patches was in New York, you couldn't get Bede to dig the well. Because patches say that will not happen. So now you come telling me after the fact what you could have done and what you couldn't do and want people to be sorry for you. Listen to me, Then you spoke about, you went on to speak about the peace program. And I have some figures, but I'm going to deal with them next week. But what I want people out there to understand, and I am not going to make any excuse, because we'll come to that too. I am not going to make any excuse for Dr. Joe, the PM, and the man who is in charge of national security. But all I can tell you, the peace program that you put together with your cabinet and so forth was not a permanent fix. It was a temporary fix. A fix for the moment. And you knew it. So I am not surprised now that you're using it as fuel. Because you knew, and listen to me carefully, people, Dr. Harris knew that the peace program was not sustainable. He knew that you couldn't continue to pay people all their lives to behave. He knew that. So he knew what he was planning. And I'm telling you, all the thing they had when he had yesterday is a part of the plan. To say he is the savior. He is the only one. He knew. I don't know if you're following me, because he was paying for peace. And he knew he couldn't pay for peace for all the time. He wasn't trying to fix the problem. And yesterday he called out a number of names of people who were part of the peace. And I realized he did not call the name Coyote Sutton, who he put there. He didn't call Coyote Sutton name when he was calling out, unless he called it and I didn't recognize. But I didn't hear Coyote Sutton name called. He called Nital name, he called Brandy name, he called all kind of name. I didn't hear Coyote name. And so it be. So it be that Coyote is still in charge of the peace. So I guess you don't want to call it him to compromise him. Still in charge of the peace. But people got to be real. You have to be honest. You have to really say what it is. Probably what it ought to be. But you all no one come here and try to pretend and bring nothing across as if you were so perfect when you were in government. A lot of people don't know when the government changed in 2015. 2015, 2016, 2017, the murder rate was up. Unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. Nobody's supposed to lose a life. Nobody's supposed to lose a life. But the murder rate was up from where we were coming from. From where we were coming from under Dr. Denzel Douglas over to Timothy, the murder rate was still up for 3 years. But here it is. This government is in its second year. And y'all want to kill Dr. Drew and everybody else. I don't want anybody to die. But all I'm saying, you have to give people a chance to fix their foot as it relates to government. It took you 3 years to fix your foot, and then you start to pay. When you Dr. Drew 3 years, and then you start to pay too now. Why you jumping up as if, well, he got to fix it right away? Because as if you left something so perfect. And people got to understand, People got to understand, It's a frightening situation. Because what I am gathering, I may be wrong. And I target things and mean okay. But what I'm gathering, is that this former administration and the former people who dealt with the peace program, they develop a relationship with the gangs. They have all the names. My question is, how much influence they have on these people? My question is, are they willing to pay them to do things? I know that I don't want to say some guy afraid. But me don't figure out. Me not afraid nobody. When your time come, your time come. But we got to ask the hard questions. Because we have to ask the questions. The gang names and the gang lists. What relationship these people have with the farmer? What are they willing to do for the farmer to make the president look bad? What are they willing to do to destabilize the country? We don't know. Let me tell you something. Me ain't in no gangster business. Me ain't in no gang business. Me believe everybody in saying is supposed to live good and peaceful. Everybody. Across the board. I know people don't lose people and people gonna want to have reprisal. But you're gonna come a time when we're gonna have to give up that and say enough is enough. We can't continue down the road we're going. We cannot. And when we make it sound like it's a government problem, it's all our problem. It's all of us. We the citizens who live here, got to understand that it gets us nowhere to be shooting down people in the streets just like that. My heart bleed. I do not know the young man. I do not know the young man. But when I heard they had a shooting at the fisheries, he's the first person that came to my mind. You understand? And nobody. So I don't know where we're going to start to forgive, But we're going to have to start to forgive. Because if we do not start to forgive, then all of us going to die. It's going to have to come a point when we're going to say, man, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We cannot continue to go on. I knew Shaq. I get to know Shaq. I didn't even know Shaq was from over my side. Me old man. But I get to know Shaq from the casino. I go to the casino. And I get to know Shaq over there. I don't know the guy. But the point is, nobody deserves to be gunned down. And so we need to start to speak to our people, our neighbors, our children, our everybody, and tell them, please, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. That's the only way it makes no sense. Let us just agree to disagree. Put down the guns. Put down the knives. If a man says something, you don't have to argue. You don't have to push back. Live your life, enjoy your life. Because it's disruption. You may see it, and the Prime Minister like to speak about it's not mental, but health issue. It's a health issue. And people don't see it. It is a health issue. It is a hazard. And it could go more than health. But your health would be affected. That is what they basically saying, What they basically saying is that the health of a nation is the wealth of a nation. But if I can't go out and feel comfortable out and about, I'm forced to stay home. Stay home, I'm going to help you. People who are diabetic need to move. People who are hypertensive need to move. And if we are going to be hiding in our homes, it becomes an issue. It becomes an issue. Some people ask, where is the police in all of this? I ask the same question too. I was a police officer before. And I could tell you right now, policing now is not the same as policing before. I would tell you what I have gathered and what I have observed is that the police, them man like they're afraid the bad man them too. And I don't like to use the word bad man. Everything is a health issue, right? I don't like to use the word bad man. But the police, them like they're afraid of the people who offend the law. When police supposed to be upholding the law, they like to bully people about some traffic thing and some tint and so forth. But when they're supposed to stand up, I have seen standoff between so-called gangsters and the police. And the police back down. Because they're afraid of the gangsters. Come on. Man, every life is worth living. Let me talk to. And these people, all they need is talking to, All they need, gangsters. They just need to talk to them and so forth. Talk to them, make them feel wanted, make them feel a part of what's going on. When you isolate them, sometimes this is the result you get. But I brought up that because I, and because of what how we were saying, and then based on what I heard somebody or Edinburgh was saying, they're going to investigate the the um the peace program, or he's suggesting that they investigate the peace program. But the man who was in charge of peace under the farm administration, still in charge of peace. So what investigation you gonna get? What investigation you gonna carry out? Huh? What investigation you gonna carry out if the man who was in charge of peace is now in charge of elevate? Well, he gonna answer what he want to answer. He gonna hide what he want to hide. And that is why earlier I was telling you, in the change of a government, it is important to change some of the personnel. And we are getting the backlash right now. We're getting the backlash right now. Because even today, and I tell you I'm talking everything you want, but I want to talk about, I'm going to come back to my friend here. The man who they say is my good friend, Wusi, the advisor. But I want to talk the things while I remember. I like, you see, when people talk to me, I like to think, the man there. I was looking at Convis in Keon today, right? He put out a post with the water thing. Hiding. He hiding. I'm going to talk about him. I got him to talk about, I'm going to talk about him. He hiding all the time. Doctor you pushing for the water thing. He hiding. He am playing all over. Ignoring the issue. When all of a sudden now, he come now want to take picture over there. But only one question I want to ask you. You think, and I want to answer, be honest, you think that Convis drink the water? Hell no. Convis ain't drink the water there. Convis, the same way Convis did with the chicken, is the same thing you do with the water. Convis just wash him out, wash his face. Because if you look at the video, as soon as he do so, he start to talk. You can't talk with water in your mouth. Convis not drink no water. Convis come fool us that he drink water. And me good cousin right behind him, a fool of it too, that he drink water. But maybe he drink, but Convis not drink no water. He ain't eat the chicken, he ain't drink no water. Convis, tell the people the truth. You did not eat the chicken, and you ain't drink no water today. You wash your mouth. Anyway, back to the peace program. And I was overseas, as I said. And I want us to get really sit down and let us come together, man. I have friends. Me ain't call them a gang, man. Them are my friend. Me no in a gang or nothing. And I talk to them all the time. Let us stop, man. Let us stop this madness. But let me tell you something. My boy, I know you're playing in a band. I know you're playing in a band long time ago. We'll see. I know you're playing in a band long time ago. But boy, let me tell you something here. Maybe you're just saying it's long time, and you ain't know. Because me not understand, see what you mean, by allowing me to go on with this foolishness. Who allow me to go on with this foolishness? Well, you gonna stop me now? Me not look boyfriend, you know? See, me not look boyfriend. So you ease off of me, but stop me. You or whoever can stop me from talking, Cedric. Me now look boyfriend. You go look for your people, yeah? And leave me name out of your mouth. But got me a go answer. Anybody go got me a go answer? Me say what me want. So me tell you know, what's it? Why next time consult with people here before you talk? Because no me say so. And you say so. You misspoke. You misspoke. And you say so. So I am telling you, please don't misspeak again. Please do not misspeak again. We'll see. Because why? I listened. And the more I listened, is the worse it sound. So all when people talking about the plane thing and people borrowing money to say, I listen and is it worse is so. And so it means then, and let me tell you something, you know. You see, and when people don't want you, they don't want you. When people do not want you, they don't want you. Because when I was made so-called advisor, because me people them not say advisor. And that the people didn't want me to be that. The only person who wanted me to be that was Dr. Joe. And so when I came and I started to ask questions, they quickly went. They quickly went to the Prime Minister and said, you got to get rid of Big Lies. Because Big Lies and an advisor can't be asking a sitting minister them question there, and an advisor. And they did not go with any flowers in hand. They went with glove on. And they told the Prime Minister, you get rid of Big Lies, or we go. He or we. When me not think me do not wrong, you know, up until now. And me going to prove myself in court. All I do is ask some questions. Just like I would ask. And I would ask a lot of things me got to ask and listener. Because me hear a man calling for any power show and say they got some lights missing at Old Road Bay. Some lights are missing at Old Road Bay, Mr. Minister. We want to know where the lights them gone. Mr. Minister of Skellek, Conway's main for number 3. The lights are missing at Old Road Bay. So we want to know where the lights them gone. That was the person asked me, I asked to. But all I said, they went glove in hand to get rid of me. Fire me. Prime Minister, fire me. And all right. But a national advisor for crime misspoke bigly. Gone to Donald Trump. Bigly. A minister, not a minister, advisor of national security, misspoke bigly. And nothing has come of that. Nothing. Nothing. You ain't hear nothing. All the man come and say, I misspoke, and that's it. The ministry or the area that I believe is of most concern to us, the upsurge of crime. And if the man who's supposed to tell us what to do to bring down the crime can articulate and can speak and can tell us what to do, that is a problem. That is a big problem if the advisor cannot advise. Me ain't got nothing against Uzi, but I am just based in my fact on the thing that he came out and said that he misspoke, and he says so. So if you can advise the commissioner of police, the army lieutenant, and the brigadier, or whoever, and Dr. Joe, then we have a serious problem. And so I am calling on the powers that be to get that fix. May know what I can do. Maybe the advisor need an advisor, according to my brother. If my advisor need an advisor, and now I'm hearing that the PS for national security is gone. And so if the PS for national security gone, Blanchy, you're going over in the hot seat. And let me see if we go come up with a solution to help our brothers and sisters in the Federation because they need help. And I'm talking about everybody. The people who are in the gangs, the people who are getting shot, us innocent, well, everybody need help. We need some solution. We need some solution. I read in the comments, but some of them you have to say certain things to have people understand what's going on. So, Wussy, I wish you all the best. And I'm going to see what happens in the next couple of days. Now, let me go to some positive vibes. I want to say positive vibes in a good sense. When I made my grade and my pronouncements, when I made my thing and my pronouncements, I must say I was happy because I don't want people to think that I come here just to bash. No, I come for solutions. So when I come, it's solutions I look in. And I'm going to start with Samal, Minister Duggins. I want to talk with Minister Duggins. Duggins, you're my good friend. And you know my phone and my door always open. And Duggins came to me and said that he wanted to speak to me. To speak to me on his assessment that I made. I remember I gave him an F. And he started to speak to me about all the things that agriculture is doing. He spoke about helping a lot of farmers, over 100 and something people, farmers. He spoke about doing things to bring the whole agricultural department up to speed. There are things I can't remember. But we had a dialogue. Oh, tomorrow is when we have the agricultural fair thing. Tomorrow it starts. People go out. I encourage you to go out and support the agricultural fair. But there was something that came up in the discussion, not directly with Samal, but in listening another medium. There's something called a agriculture's consortium or consortium. And it seems as though that group is a group that is causing some confusion within the agriculture department. It seems as though there is no cooperation between the agriculture department and the people who make up the consortium for whatever reason, whether political or otherwise. And so he told me that things are looking up for the agriculture department. And I told him, one of these days when I will have him come in and speak to the facts because I like facts. But something that jumped out and I move on to agriculture is the young lady, Mrs. Webb or Miss Webb, who is in charge of what Infamous is about. What they call it? The orange economy, the people who are in the arts and theaters and so forth. And she met me over in the casino and gave me a mouthful. And she disagreed. She said that things were happening in her department, creative economy that is, and they would have done so many things. She even told me that they were giving out grants to people who had an interest. And she told me it's over 100 and something grants they would have given out under that department. I did not know. And I said, I'm starting to be corrected. And I said, that is why government can't keep secret. Government have to come out and let people know what they're doing. Yeah, I know the consortium have permanent labor people. I didn't say it was political. Was the reason I say it could be political? I don't know. But some reason they're not connecting the consortium and the agricultural department. They're not connected. Anyway, come back to my good friend Mrs. Webb. And it is my good friend daughter, James Webb. Right, girl? And she went on to tell me all that they're doing, all that they're planning, and so forth. And I said, you see, oh, and she told me she's very much understaffed. So if I want to work, you all need to apply there. They need people. She told me, hey guys, we have a lot of things we want to do. I said, but you all need to let people know. Let people know what is going on. The information must be in the public domain. Let me tell you all something, you know. You see that boy, my family down there called Lindsey Grant? When you look at Lindsey Grant's performance as a minister of tourism, he was doing a damn fine job. But a lot of people didn't know until after the fact. Because the information was not. And people can say, people know. No, put it out in the face. Put it out in the face all over. Lindsey was minister of tourism across the region. Lindsey can bring in this ship and that ship. Whether he inherited from whoever was before, the point is, he lost his seat. He lost his seat. So all these good things, and people don't know, they will vote against you. And so I tell Samuel, you have to get these things out in the public. And so I told her I would support you, Miss Webb. I like your spirit and I like how you approached me. Put me in my place. And that's what I wanted to speak to tonight. I wanted to speak to that tonight, Miss Webb, to let them know you're working hard, things are happening. And so consider changing the F. I tell Samuel, I ain't going to change it. Continue working. Next time I grade around, you will get extra marks, but I ain't going to change it now. So I want you all to understand these talks are important. And you know, I played cricket all my life. And I told Samuel, I said, Samuel, just like how you hear me calling and converse, you're going to have to take the blame for the cricket. Even if you believe that the people below you should have worked with you and inform you and guide you, you are the sitting minister. And so, us not having World Cup here is a big loss. Big loss. Cannot be undone. And you'll have to work with it. You'll have to work. It can't be undone, Samuel, but you have to make it up in the future, in the near future, as a minister. You understand? So I was happy to speak to Samuel. The back and forth. Samuel ain't come and make no lot of noise and want to say, well, I'm going to box you off or you chatting shit and whatever. As I'm sitting minister, he came to me and explained to me. You understand? So I was happy to speak to that. Then Jeffrey, Jeffrey, me and you got to talk because you told me that the Keon High School would be ready after Easter. I'm now hearing a different situation. Now I'm hearing a different situation at Keon High School. Jeffrey, I'm concerned. I'm a Keon man, so I really want to know. I have to sit down with you and find out what is happening at Keon High School because the students are still on shift. And you promised me that will finish. Now, the PAP, you have to take responsibility and charge of that too to make sure that things happening on the PAP, Jeffrey. But what I want to speak about is NHC. NHC because someone from NHC, a big wig, a big fish from NHC, reached out to me and gave me some information about what's going on at NHC. Good news, he told me. Good news. I want you to share with you tonight some of the things that he told me. He told me that National Bank have started a crusade, a campaign. People are now getting calls from National Bank. So NHC going to be rolling out soon to build the homes for people who have land and who have approached National Bank. So that's a good thing. So he's saying that they're getting ready to receive the funds from National Bank and a number of houses are going to be going down. I said number of houses are going to be going down when? He told me in a couple of weeks. People are getting called. This is not the birdie say, but this is feedback from the report cards that ministries reach out to me and make me aware of certain things. Now, I used to be on NHC board, so I have an idea of what's going on. And one of the big things at NHC is that they have some loans. Remember the bins, the solid waste bins that we got, the yellow bins? Those were financed, basically financed by NHC. So it's NHC money bought the bins for, because Eugene was in charge of both departments. So NHC monies. And so what happened is that NHC have so many outstanding loans at Social Security and anything else. NHC, I don't believe, could go back down the road of getting loans again. And this is where the banks have to come in and play an important role in helping, especially people with lands. People with lands. I have a friend, or I have some friends in Keon who have land willing to pay. There are people who are paying for $1,500 for their rent and have land award loan and can't get loan. That can't be right. And so I'm urging the banks to give people loan to build. We must have a housing revolution in this country. And he tell me, very important, they're going to be upgrading the gardens housing project. A comprehensive upgrade at the gardens. Building for rental departments on empty and derelict lots. NHC going to start to build on empty and lots that people abandon. They're going to start to build on them. Look at West Street. West Street. The housing plans they say have been approved, ready for construction in a matter of weeks. So if we hear, let's say a matter of weeks, hold me responsible. Yes, yes, NHC loan solid waste money to buy the bins. They have what we call a comprehensive online application system, which now brings fairness and transparency to the application process without political intervention. That's what they're saying. So, PAM people, CCM people, NRP people, PLB people could apply because you're online. They ain't got a section that say if you're PAM or labor. And there is about nearly 4,000 people who would have applied for houses. Now, the Trinidad company, they would have been given a chance to build homes. Is they now have to deliver because they have been given a chance. NHC, I believe, should not be held responsible for them not delivering. If they allow them to get away, then NHC should be responsible. But the Trinidad company must now start to build homes for people. But there's one major issue. Well, I don't ever use random selection, but it's online, so the fairness might be greater. That's all I can say. The transparency might be greater. But it's one issue I know they have been having, and NSA would have had that for a number of years. And the issue is the people who would have gotten houses from NHC, they're not paying. And when I say the people, I don't mean everybody, but a good percentage. I could safely say that over 50% of the people who get houses from NHC are not paying. And that ain't going to help NHC. So the people need to pay that somebody else could get a house and somebody else could get a house. That's how it works. If you pay, NHC get money and they could build a house for your cousin or your cousin and somebody coming up. But if the people refuse to pay because some of them are big supporters of whatever government in, we ain't gonna reach nowhere with NHC then, I better we shut it down. Because NHC need money. Yes, Celine, you don't pay. And I saying ain't everybody. But if 50% not paying, that's a huge number. Now, somebody asked about the blue buildings, but that next get left fish because that there has some confusion in it in terms of the Baker's Corner blue building. So they need to go start out that one there. Some people in the houses was supposed to be free. Some people say people are supposed to pay. They say it was a gift. So they got to go start out that one there. But please, people, I'm begging you, if you have an NHC house, man, pay something, man, so that somebody else could get a house. Somebody else could get a house. So, Jeffrey, NHC, you have to take that. Maybe you're going to talk about KR High School, but the NHC thing. No, the KR water problem, you know. And I'm going to talk about it. Since December, they say water coming and people jogging the foot, man. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And so somebody had to put something in place so that we could get some relief in KR. I know the water problem is all over, but we need to get some relief in KR. So, Jeffrey, I'm not going to revisit your grade. I think I should take off somewhat because you fooled me about KR High School. Dr. Chu, we're gonna need to talk about this crime thing, and we're gonna need to talk about the health issue. I understand the PS is not there anymore. So we want to know what's going on up there. What is the issue with that? Because government is an open entity. I don't know if people like to hide. Let us know what is the issue. Why Mr. Archibald is not there. Let us know. We are the people, the public, general public wants to know. Shouldn't be a secret. And Dr. Joe, I always tell you, publicly, privately, you are the prime minister. And I will keep telling you that. A very powerful position across the region. But also at the end of the day, is you going to get the blame because you all have collective responsibility in the cabinet. So you as the leader going to get the blame. I'm urging you, take the bull by the horn. Because whether you take the bull by the horn or not, is you going to get the blame. You won't get the blame. Because when things are good, you won't get the praise. And I want to talk one last thing before I go. I see something circulating, something going around. Let me use a lower term. Something going around about MSR media. MSR media. I want to think about that for a minute. I'm coming back to it. I just want to ask a question first. Public works. I'm concerned about public works. Public works, and it's convinced again. Convinced again. Like how is again? Convinced again. But not for good things. Public works is another confusion. Capital projects. The roads that are supposed to be built down in number 3, up in Shadwell, over in Kayon and so forth. Why these roads are not given? Convince your uncle-in-law. As much as we like to abuse contact and so, is a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis. And if your uncle-in-law, Mr. Pemberton, fall upon hard times, whether they deliberate or not, he is a citizen of St. Kitts. Contact will have built most of the best roads in St. Kitts and Nevis. Contact. So why you want to give Contact or the new company contracts to build roads? People are complaining about the dust. Over in Kayon, we need roads. Up in Shadwell, they need roads. Down in Boys, they need roads. And we are sitting back on millions that were budgeted for. What you want to tell me? People only want to give to their friends and their cronies the jobs? Huh? And I must tell you, And tell you, the man who I was asking about, remember I asked the minister about the company, the new company who got the Bastille High School to demolish. When Mr. Thompson came and looked for me, and we had a nice sit-down conversation. And Mr. Thompson told me he did not with Conwis. So I should not. Now I know. I did not know. I asked the company. So he came to let me know the company, and he's not in anything with Congress. He said, he ain't no Congress. Me not believe the part there. But he said, he ain't in anything. He have a reputable company. He have some big names on the paper he show me. And he doing wonderful things, Mr. Thompson. Saying it's great. So he said, Congress wouldn't tell you, but I gonna tell you. He made a bid in collaboration with another company, and they got the job. No nepotism, no cronyism, no kind of ism. Easy so, that done. But I want to know why the minister is not reaching out and having public works put out so people could get work, so people could build roads here and there. I was going to this today. The economy was dead because there is no capital projects, Mr. Williams. You know that. You're a maths teacher, you know how we go. You know about the multiplier effect. I was going to Nevis today, and public works over there cleaning drain and cutting on bush. And you remember back in the former administration and past governments, Stradian them used to get work or volunteer, whatever, to cut down on people get work. But public works over. So public works is doing all the little works that a man could do to make a money. And the capital projects that's supposed to be out there for people to make a money, nobody doing anything about it. So the economy must be dead and sluggish. The economy must be dead and sluggish. No money there. People broke. And I don't know how broke this go. People broke, but man must live. And people gonna do things. So I want you all to understand that. Why Contech? Why Pemberton? Why the new company, what the name, can't get job to build roads? Why are we sitting down on the money? This is April after April, the year done. Anyway, back to NSR. MSR Media put out a video claiming that they were going to sue the former Prime Minister, Galaxy, and I think maybe less can stand to be corrected. They put out something. Timothy Harris was asked about it in his press conference. When they said that Prime Minister can't talk to it because it's sub judice, it's in the court. But something a brew. Something a brew. Now, Timothy tried to discredit the man and say how he is a I don't know if he's a felon, but he was arrested here, arrested there. But what they got to do with anything? When I heard him say that, I say, so a man can go jail and come out and rehabilitate and do good things? So you did not have Nourish Nital right next to you when Nourish Nital went to jail? Timothy, what are you trying to say? That all the people who in your peace program who went to jail, you should discredit them because they were in jail? They can't bring a lawsuit against you? Because I didn't understand the road you were going down when you're talking about the man and the MSR thing, you know. I was lost. But this thing seems to be interesting. You mentioned that the lady for Galaxy went to United Nations. Went to United Nations with Dr. Drew and his entourage. Seems as though you're trying to imply that my good Prime Minister and other people are involved or in bed with Galaxy. That is what I'm getting from you. I don't know. No, that is the thing about this whole lawsuit. Because I know they have people within the present Labour administration who has affiliation with Galaxy. So I want to know if these people would be implicated also. That is why I tell you, this case something a brew. So all the people have been saying it's who've been selling passports through Galaxy might be brought into the case to answer some questions. You hear the man say? He don't start to look disclosure for all kind of things. He say head gonna roll. The video, you almost look at it, it's out there. And so it is something for us to think about as it relates to our CBI program. I am one who believes that that program is under a lot of scrutiny, the whole region. And so we got to be careful and we have to start thinking what will be our fix if this program comes under attack by the Europeans and the Americans. Now, we're an independent country, they can't tell us what to do, but the backlash could be tremendous. Now, people, before I go, I want you to advertise my YouTube channel, my Facebook channel. I would start to advertise because tonight program that we had was sponsored by Spratnet down in Old Road. Spratnet in Old Road is one of my sponsors for this evening. And so whenever you have an urge for fish or lobster, go down to Wednesday and Friday night, especially they have live bands. Tonight is also sponsored by Island Purified Water, the good water people in St. Kitts and Nevis. My good student, Mr. Powell, see it here? That's what I drink. Island Purified Water. Another sponsor for tonight's show. And last but not least, we have a new pizza place in town they call the Wow Pizza. The Wow Pizza. And while I'm here banging my mouth, the Wow Pizza sent me a nice pepperoni pizza to eat while I talk so I don't fall on for a lack of nourishment. So tonight, show, you hear it, Spratnet, Island Purify, the Wow Pizza, who doing the sponsoring. And you can contact me. We'll have it better organized, but we're just starting. And contact me if you want to advertise during this time when people are watching. If you want something to be advertised, if you want the word to spread, you can contact me and I will sure oblige. But my people, it's always a pleasure. And I know that sometimes I bring things that are thought-provoking. I know sometimes you feel like I'm attacking people. But let me tell you something. Whenever you put up your hand, and say you want to be a politician, you are open to scrutiny. May I abuse in your family? May I ask him on a wife? May I ask him on a kids? I talk about the government business. And so you would always get that from me. I would ask the hard question, and I would have to say things that will be thought-provoking. I have no horse in the race. My job is to make sure we get a better St. Kitts and Nevis. And for that, I'm calling on my brothers and sisters, please, I beg you, put down the guns. Put down the guns, put down the hatred. Let us live together as one. Let us talk, let us dialogue. Ask to see the Prime Minister, ask to see the advisor, ask to whoever, if you have a solution, if you think you have a solution. And let us know what's going on. So we're going to have a peaceful St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you very much for listening. God bless. And I will talk to you next time.